Hello and welcome to another podcast-like video. This video is about the Tuatha De Danann. The Tuatha De Danann are a supernatural race thought to represent deities of pre-Christian Gaelic Ireland. They are often depicted as kings, queens, druids, bards, warriors, heroes, healers, and craftsmen who have supernatural powers. They dwell in the otherworld but interact with humans and the human world. Their traditional rivals are the Fomorians. The Tuatha De Danann descended from L.A.D, the leader of Ireland's previous inhabitants. They came from 4 cities to the north of Ireland, where they taught their skills in the sciences, including the arts, architecture, and magic, such as necromancy. Led by King Nuada, the Tuatha De Danann fought the first battle of L.A.D on the west coast, in which they defeated and displaced the native Fir Bolg. In the battle, Nuada lost an arm to their champion Srang. Since Nuada was no longer unblemished, he could no longer continue as king and was replaced by the half-Fomorian Bress, who turned out to be a tyrant. The physician Dian Shet replaced Nuada's arm with a working silver one, and Nuada was reinstated as king. However, Micah, who is Dian Shet's son, was dissatisfied with the replacement arm, so he recited the spell Alt Fri Halt D and Firth D Feth, or in English, joint to joint and sinew to sinew. This caused flesh to grow over the silver one, and over the course of 9 days and nights. Oh, my bad. This caused flesh to grow over the silver one over the course of 9 days and nights. In a fit of jealous rage, Dian Shet killed his son. Because of Nuada's restoration as leader, Bress complained to his father, L.A.D, who sent him to seek assistance from the Fomorian king Baelor. The Tuatha De Danann then fought the second battle of Mag Tuired against the Fomorians. Nuada was killed by Baelor's poisonous eye, but Baelor was killed by Lu, who then became king of the Tuatha De Danann. Prominent members of the Tuatha De Danann include Dagda, Morrigan, Lu, Aengus, Bridget, and more. Dagda is an important god as he is portrayed as a fatherly figure, king, and druid. He is associated with fertility, agriculture, manliness, strength, as well as wisdom and druidry. He can control life and death, the weather, crops, time, and the seasons. He is often described as a large bearded man or giant wearing a hooded cloak. He owns either a magic staff, club, or mace of dual nature. It kills with one end and brings life with the other. Dagda's name is thought to mean the great god. Morrigan is described as being the envious wife of Dagda and a shape-shifting goddess. She is mainly associated with war and fate, especially with foretelling doom, death, or victory in battle. She invites warriors to battle and can help bring about victory over their enemies. Morrigan encourages warriors to do brave deeds, strikes fear into their enemies, and is portrayed washing the bloodstained clothes of those fated to die. Morrigan is often described as the trio of sisters Bad, Macha, and Namain. Morrigan is also associated with the land and animals, particularly livestock. She oversees the land, its stock, and its society. Her shape-shifting is an expression of her affinity with the whole living universe. Lu is portrayed as a warrior, king, master craftsman, and a savior. He is associated with skill and mastery in multiple disciplines, including the arts. Lu also has associations to oaths, truth, and the law, and therefore with rightful kingship. Lu instituted an event called the Assembly of Talti. He is said to have invented the board game Vidchel. Angus was probably originally a god associated with love, youth, summer, and poetic inspiration. He is described as mighty and stern, an expert in arms, a horseman, and a sailor. Bridget is associated with wisdom, poetry, healing, protection, smithing, and domesticated animals. Historians suggest that the goddess Bridget was synchronized with the Christian for Saint Bridget. Dian Shet was the god of healing. He ministered to the injured by soaking them in Solange's well. He also ground medicinal herbs. When questioned on his ability, he boasted that he could mend anyone but the decapitated. Clydna is a queen of the banshees. In some myths, she is a goddess of love and beauty. She is said to have three colored birds who eat apples from an otherworldly tree and whose sweet song heals the sick people. In Irish mythology, Credhin was the Tuatha De Danann's goldsmith, but he also worked with bronze and brass. He and his brothers Goibniu and Luchtain were known as the Trio de Danann, the gods of art, who forged the Tuatha De Danann's weapons. Goibniu was the metalsmith of Tuatha De Danann. He is believed to be a smithing god and is associated with hospitality. Luchtain was the carpenter or wright of the Tuatha De Danann. He made all of the shields and javelin shafts. The Tuatha De Danann brought four magical treasures with them to Ireland. They are Dagda's Cauldron, the Spear of Lu, Leafail, and Glamosalius. The Spear of Lu was said to be impossible to overcome. Leafail, or the Stone of Fall, means the Stone of Destiny. It's a stone at the inauguration mound in the Hill of Tara in County Meath, Ireland. The Leafail is said to roar in joy when the rightful king of Ireland puts his feet on it. No one ever escaped the Clomaisaurus, or the Sword of Light, once it was drawn from its sheath, and nobody could resist it. No company ever went away from Dagda's Cauldron unsatisfied. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time.